What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today I am super excited to announce that right now we have in hand the very first BioS3 supplement that has ever been produced. It's now being produced by Primeval Labs, the BioS3 line. I am super excited about this. What I tried to do was I was taking different supplements for a while and combining them, trying to get synergistic effects from all these different products. So I was basically buying up different products and putting them together to try to get this effect. Once I figured out what I needed in this product, specifically not to get a better pump, not specifically to stim you out of your skull, which every pre-workout and intra-workout right now is geared towards that. It's for more blood in the muscle and making sure you're stimulated. It's not geared towards actually building muscle. Now, what builds muscle? First, you need the training stimulus. Then you need a muscle cell that has your amino acids in it, vitamins and minerals, and hydration. It needs to be hydrated enough for these reactions to happen. Increased protein synthesis. So I stepped back and I said, what out there right nowadays that we have available to us that's new school, and what has been taken off the market and not used so much, basically, and why isn't it being used anymore? So the first thing that I started playing around with is highly branched cyclic dextrins, okay? This is a carbohydrate that does not use insulin to load, okay? So this does not spike insulin, does not use insulin to load. It loads directly into the muscle, digests very quickly. It's a very small molecule, gets through the stomach very quickly, and is shaped like a cone. As it goes through the bloodstream, it literally pulls everything that's in the bloodstream with it and shoves it into the muscle cell without the use of insulin. So now essentially you're getting an insulin-like effect without insulin, and it's a natural carbohydrate, plain and simple. That's the first piece. That's the new school thing that I was looking at and experimenting with to get the effect of using insulin without insulin, essentially. Does not cause blood sugar crashes, no rise in blood sugar. Basically, it pulls everything, shoves into the muscle cell. Once everything's in the muscle cell, it can't be pulled out of there and turned into fat. It's used to either build muscle or burn as energy. Now, glycerol. This is something that back in the 90s, we used to use instead of diuretics. So basically, we would actually use the glycerin. We would go to the pharmacy, buy like baby glycerin. It was in a bottle. And we would take so many teaspoons of it, put it in water, and drink it. And what this stuff does, actually pulls all the water from out from under your skin when you cut your water and super hydrates that muscle cell. You got a huge pump, and at the same time drew all that extra water out. And I was like, why isn't this being used anymore? Because it's expensive to put in a product. And I noticed that people were not using it anymore. I'm like, it used to work terrific. Why did it go by the wayside? Because it doesn't give you that super pump. It's an after effect that it does as opposed to the super pump, but it does help dry you out for competitions and stuff like that. So I'm like, if it's so important to superhydrate that cell, and hydrating the cell is important for important for protein synthesis to get the muscle to be built faster, why isn't it being used? Price. And Primeval Labs flat out said, we don't care if it's expensive, put it in there. As long as it works, we don't give a shit. Taurine, of course. Taurine is good for cramping, good to hydrate the cell. It's a basic amino acid that's used in most formulas that are, pre-workout, post-workout. I mean, it can be used anytime, but we want it again to superhydrate the cell. Branched chain amino acids in small amounts, okay? This being, the BCA is being pulled through the bloodstream with the cones of highly branched cyclic dextrin being loaded into the muscle without turning into glucose and without insulin use or production of insulin. So you essentially have something that's causing protein synthesis as well as being shuttled into the muscle quickly before, during, or after your workout, depending on when you're using it. And it can't be stored as fat once it's locked in the muscle. And the last one is nitrosygine. Nitrosygine. I can't even say the word correctly. When I started looking into this is a very new school thing. Now, it's a bonded silica and arginine together. And what it does is it actually increases blood content, blood flow, for up to 3 hours after one dose. That's a clinical dosing. Now, if there was more blood to be pushed up, not necessarily for the pump, but to rush more nutrients through the system into the muscle cell, you would now have more things being shoved into the muscle cell quickly in there to actually recover between sets during your workout. So this can be used as a pre-workout, intra, or even post-workout. I would suggest more pre and intra, and it is specifically designed to aid in protein synthesis and speed up protein synthesis and actually build muscle. Not just give you a better pump, not just stim you out of your skull, but actually help you build muscle and not get that big bloated look, not give you stomach cramps, not feel like shit. Make sure that you specifically are ready for your body to hit protein synthesis after your workout or even during the workout. Is something, if you're feeding it to your body during the workout, in between sets you're recovering faster. Everything's getting shoved into the muscle so fast. As long as you mix it with water, don't mix it with anything besides water, It'll get into the system so fast and get into your bloodstream and then right into the muscle cells. And I'm super, super excited about this, that Primeval gave me free reign and said, you know, we'll do whatever you want. Let's just make sure that it works. And, you know, as soon as I sat down and started saying, you know, we need to combine some of the old school stuff that used to work with some of the new school stuff, and nobody's really doing it now, and nobody's paying attention to protein synthesis and actually building muscle. They're worried about a pump, and they're worried about stimulants, and those are not really working. The physiques are not getting better. So we need to get back to basics, but with some new school on top of it. So the first two flavors we got out, blue raspberry and watermelon. The watermelon was my idea. I was super set on watermelon because I was a huge watermelon fan. And here's the kicker. The INTRACELL7 will be available only at the Arnold so far. We're going to debut it at the Arnold, and you guys come up. We'll have, you know, I don't know how many cases of it we're going to have there, but we're going to take as much of it as we can. It'll be available online afterwards, but those of you that are going to the Arnold, you can purchase it then. I will be there. I'm super excited. We'll see you guys there in a couple days, and I can't wait for this product to hit the market. This is the INTRACELL7. It's finally on the market, bicep, and we're out.